So what happens when you drop a bucket of sand on the ground? It makes a mound of sand, right? It makes a little pyramid, right? And that pyramid has an angle, right? Now what happens, why is it making that angle? Because all the little grains, okay, are creating friction between each other and they hold each other up, okay? And that's why they have what's called an angle of repose, an angle at which that soil is happy sitting, okay? If you wet that sand, it'll be steeper. Because now what you have is cohesion. Moisture is holding those grains together also, okay? So that's what expresses, you know, again, the different landforms. So different materials have different cohesion, they have different friction, so they're going to deposit at different angles. Okay? So that's why you might have a really steep slope, you might have a softer slope. Does that make sense? And then vegetation, of course. If you have vegetation, the ground surface holds things together again. I mentioned that earlier. Now there's different types of mass wasting. Things move fast again, things move very slow. Sometimes things move slow enough that you see it expressing the vegetation growing. Okay? This is a very slowly moving slope, a very slowly moving landslide, and all the trees are essentially, the trees want to grow upward, right? As they grow up, the landslide pushes them down, so they have a kink in them. They keep wanting to grow up. So that's an expression of very slow movement, for example. You also get yes?
What is mass wasting?
Mass wasting is simply just the movement of the ground surface of soil, of rock, due to its own weight. Simply put. Rock slides are a form of mass wasting. Landslides I mentioned before. Mudslides, debris flows. Mudslides and debris flows and rock falls are a form of like very fast mass wasting. Okay, and they can be disastrous. Okay, this is in the north coast of Venezuela, where they had this beautiful beach community that they built on these beautiful, nice, what they thought was an alluvial fan, right? It was a nice, there's some big, big hills, big steep hills, and then there's this really nice sandy, rocky beach. Well, that sandy, rocky beach existed because it's coming from the hills above, right? And one year, you get a whole lot of rain, and you get a big depositional event that created mud flows. And mud flows, they can carry rocks the size of Volkswagen buses, okay? And that's what happened. The whole city was just literally torn apart, okay? Something that was pretty much predictable, because if you looked at the geomorphology, you looked at the geology, you would have known that this happens periodically. So what? So the environment that we live in, again, I mentioned this a bunch of times, you know, reacts to how we build in it, and we need to build with respect to the environment that we live in. So we need to be cognizant of the different things that we see. Okay? We need to be able to stabilize the ground surface if we think it'll move. For example, we can build retaining walls, we can put in, so this is an example of a retaining wall to hold up a slope, because we want to build a road. Put a cut in, that cut is pretty steep, you know that the ground is going to move, you put a wall to hold it up, right? You can provide drainage behind it, because water is going to accumulate, for example.
Can you actually go back to that last slide?
Sure.
Please, thank you.
You know, one thing, again, that promotes good stability of the ground surface is vegetation. That's why every single time we do a big cut of the ground surface, we go and seed it. Okay, so the grass grows, and in the winter, it won't just all erode away, it will start to grow. Okay? But when we go and do logging, for example, there's some pretty serious effects to the ground after we take all those trees out. That's why logging companies have to replant trees after they cut them, right? Not just for sustainability of the trees. Okay, it's also for the environment.
No question. If we know all this, like if we know, if we remove vegetation, we know that the erosion will happen, then why do we even do it if it's not necessary?
Well, because somebody wants to build their house there, or somebody wants to use the wood. You know, for example, I mean, we live in an environment where we're developing. You know, there's a lot of us here, and we need the resources that we live around. Maybe you need the wood to build your house. Maybe you need the wood to make paper. You know, maybe you want to clear a space because you really need to build a hospital because there's people who live nearby and need hospitals, right? So, you know, those things in the environment that we live in, we need to be able to build. We need to be able to develop. But, you know, it's one of the biggest political questions of today is, you know, acknowledging the fact that everything we've done here has affected the earth. Global warming, for example, all of the pollution we create. We need cars, we need the industry, we need electricity. But that's all creating pollution and that's having a serious effect on our environment.